Hi, this is Jayne. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will be talking about frequently asked questions for K1 or fiancé visa interview. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for making it this far after all the long process of the petition and fiancé visa process, and now you're here. Final step. I think, this is my opinion, the reason why they're doing this or the purpose of this interview is so that they can personally or physically see you, the foreign fiance, and if you guys are really in a real relationship, your relationship is authentic, is legit real, that you guys aren't just doing this visa process for the benefit of the others. So this is just a confirmation that you guys really know each other. Alright, I have here, guys, a list of most frequently asked questions for the interview, so I will be looking at it on my side right here. Okay, first on the list is, what is your fiance's name? Of course, it's obvious, right? You would think, why would they ask me that? It's obvious, it's in the paper. They have to know if you really know your fiance. Really important is to know your fiance's first name, middle name, and last name. Or sometimes they could, if they have a rare name, they would ask you to spell it if you really know him that much. And second on my list is, what are your fiance's hobbies and interests? Of course, you have to know it too, because you don't know. These people are really looking at your Facebook and your social media. They could do that. Next is, what make, model, and color is your fiance's car? It's not guaranteed that they're going to ask you all of this, but it's a very big possibility. It is also better that you are very prepared for these questions just in case they ask you this. The more knowledge that you know is the lesser that you worry that you're going to fail this interview. Next is, what are your hobbies and interests? You, foreign fiance, what are your hobbies and interests? I don't know if they could ask you that too. Next is, what does your fiance's do for a living? And what is your fiance's salary? In order for them to believe that you guys are a real relationship, they are expecting you, foreign fiance, that you know what's your fiance's job here in USA and how much does he earn. And then the next on my list is, was your fiance married previously? They're going to ask you if you, foreign fiance, is fully aware of this and if it's okay with you, because sometimes foreign fiance doesn't know about it, anything about it. Next is, does your fiance has a children? Do you know that he or she has a children? And tell me about it. They could ask you that. Next is, will there be a problem with the children from his or other relationship? For example, if your US citizen fiance has kids in there from his or her previous spouse, they want to know if you guys are going to be okay with it, most especially you, foreign fiance. Next is, where do you plan to live in the United States? Where do you plan to stay? Next is, when and how did you meet your fiance? This is very usual question, because my husband, when he did his interview, they asked him this, how did we met? And then, how long you guys been dating? How long you guys been seeing each other? They will ask you that too. Do you have any wedding plans? What are your wedding plans? Are you going to do it in a court when you come here to USA, or in a church wedding, or you want to make it like a grande wedding, or just a small wedding? They could ask you that too. And what is your fiance's religious background? They could ask that. Does your fiance speak and understand your language? They could ask this too, because they also want to make sure that you guys are understanding each other, or will be understanding each other for the future, and will not cause any negative happenings. Just imagine you and your fiance, you guys can't understand each other due to the language barrier. Now what is going to happen? There's a big possibility that their relationship will fall down because you guys don't understand each other and you guys do less talking. For your foreign fiance who's having a hard time speaking in English, I suggest that you practice. I remember my husband, I always tell him to respond to me in English so that he could also practice his English, because if you're having a problem speaking in English to the point that the consul can understand you, it'll be a big problem. You know, I'm not saying that you are going to be automatically denied, but the consul might see it as a negative. I heard some stories that it happened to them. They are really having a hard time answering the consul's questions in English, and it just became a bad day. Next, that they could ask, how much did your fiance spend on their last trip to see you? When did you guys last met? So you have to make sure that you know when is the date that your US fiance came to see you and spend the vacation, and where did you guys went, something like that, and what you guys did. And then they could ask you, has your fiance ever been convicted of a crime? Do you know if he committed a crime or something? And then how do you communicate with your fiance? Like do you use Skype? Do you use FaceTime? Do you use any other social media means, you know, social media apps? Like how long has your fiance been in USA? Does he or she was born here, or they migrated here, they just moved here? When was that? And then they could ask you, foreign fiance, if you have other names that you used before, or they could ask about your US fiance if he or she used other names before. And then they could ask, like, how did he propose? How did the engagement went? Who was there to be the witness of your engagement party? Something like that. And then how many days a week does your fiance work? And then they can also ask you, have you ever been to America or any other foreign countries? I remember the consul asked my husband this question. Then what is your fiance's ex-spouse's name? This is applicable to those who has a fiance that was married before. And then when do you plan on entering the USA? Like when are you planning to fly over here? And does your fiance have any siblings, and what are their names? What can you tell me about the state of your fiance lives in? I don't remember them asking my fiance or my husband this question. Do you and your fiance have plans to have children in the future? Have you met your fiance's parents? Have you ever been denied a visa to any country? What is your fiance's phone number or email address? I remember they asked my husband this question. Even my address, my phone number, my email. How often do you communicate with your fiance? Is this every day or every hour, every minute? You know, when do you always talk to your fiance? How old is your fiance? How many times have you been married? You, foreign fiance? How old are your fiance's children, if your fiance has children? This is about the US citizen fiance, if he or she has children. What kind of things do you enjoy doing together? What was the last gift your fiance got you? How does your family feel about the engagement? What are your favorite traits about your fiance? Why did you decide to marry in the USA rather than in your country? This could be a possible question. Like, who proposed, you or fiance? Describe the proposal and when was it? What do you and your fiance have in common? What is your fiance's favorite movie, musical, artist, or food? How many times have you met in person? How much time have you spent together in person? How do you picture your life in 5 years? Does your fiance have any pets? What are their names? Do you know any of your fiance's friends? How many people do you expect at the wedding? Where and when was your fiance born? How long did you date before getting engaged? Do you have any relatives in the USA? Did your fiance go to college, and where? What color are your fiance's eyes? So those are the most frequently asked questions. I just found that on the internet, and some of them are really usual questions in the interview, but I'm not saying all. You know, I would say just expect for the worst but hope for the so that your expectations are not that high. But if you pass this interview, it's really a good feeling. And I suggest that you calm down first. Calm down. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Think of the worst, but also be positive, okay? The interview might be easy or it could be also hard. It all depends on the consul. The consuls are also humans, so they can be moody, you know, but I'm not saying all are moody. You know, they all have different characteristics. I would say that you answer them professionally, respectful. I hope, guys, that I help you with this. Like, at least I help in a little way. So don't forget to know all the details about your fiance, and also the answers that you already submitted to them, so that you guys are not contradicting. And I hope you guys pass this interview. This is the final step, guys, and you guys can go see each other and marry each other, and I'm so excited for you guys. And that will be it for today's topic. I hope I guys helped you with that, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share as well. And also, since you are watching, might as well subscribe, right, so that you can also be updated on the videos that I will upload next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.